Welcome to the Dorklair collecting live stream. Larry couldn't make it tonight, so we have a special co-host, man of the hour, David Williams. Welcome, my friend.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I feel like people are going to start getting pretty sick of me pretty quick.
Has the high from the IshCon worn off yet?
No, I came home to after a canceled flight to a dead battery and a flat tire on my truck.
Oh God!
And I didn't even care. Like it was just, top of the world type
Rolled
stuff.
right off.
So yeah,
And you had to take a bus, right? Like
yeah.
Like from where?
My flight got canceled from Dallas to Tucson, so I went Dallas to Phoenix, which is 2 hours away. But it was one of those buses that like stops every throughout the city.
Yeah.
So it took about 3.5 hours just sitting on a really
all right.
That
seemed,
hot,
I don't know why
bus.
I thought that was a lot further from Dallas to
Oh no,
Phoenix
it was
whatever.
no, the Dallas to Phoenix was a flight. It was like 2 hours. So
that was a flight. So
and then
what was the bus?
The bus was from Phoenix to Tucson.
Okay.
Another 3 hours. So.
Right. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Oh.
Well, today, so we're gonna get to Buzzoff. We're gonna get to the Cosmic Wave. We're gonna talk about some SDCC stuff. But first, we are going to bring on some guests, and we are going to talk about the Brutal Realm. So, welcome, James and Jason. The Brutal Realm, the Lords of the Brutal Realm. Is that what you guys are?
I don't think we'd be lords in the Brutal Realm. We'd be more like wool pigeons or squires, stable cleaners.
I would aspire to be a squire.
Yeah. We just be handing people weapons and hoping not to get killed. So.
If we could lift the weapons.
Yeah.
How you guys doing, James? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm getting brutal tonight, and it's always a good thing being on an awesome talk show or podcast like yours, talking about action figures and with a great guest like David doing awesome custom work. So it's exciting, and hanging out with my best bud, Jason Soul.
How's it going, Jason?
Going good, man. It's always a fun time hanging out with you guys and actually being on and getting to actually talk with you and talking with David. And also hanging out with my best bud, James. He's the brutal man.
Oh, stop it.
So we're going to get all into Brutal Realm. Let's just do like quick recent pickups. David, anything that you've gotten lately that you want to share?
I picked up the obvious at IshCon. I got the skeletons and a heavy gunner, but I was also gifted a couple cool things. I got this Glyos power armor.
Oh, sweet.
Which is pretty sweet from Joe cool. Martinez. He gave me that. And then Thomas Belay and myself, we do toy shows together. Mm-hmm. And I've been eyeballing this Superpowers Batman.
Nice.
For
Brings
quite
back
some
memories.
Time. So yeah,
mm-hmm.
he still kind of does his little punch thing. But yeah, so those are my most recent that aren't just like Legion's figures to be expected.
Yep. Now, do you collect Glyos, or is that like first one? Or
I collect real specific ones. Like I'll get the ones I like, the ones that are more like almost like human looking.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the Dan Larson ones, and then I got a couple of the Toy Pizza ones.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed them. It's just a really hard line of toys to just keep up on.
Yeah.
So I don't pick them up all that often, but it's nice. I have like a little Glyos shelf, but it's also like Battle Beasts and Z-Bots and like my little toys,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love interchangeability like that. Those like small figures.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up collecting Battle Beasts, it's very toyetic, very great.
They're cool, man.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah, I collected a few. Gosh, I think it must have been 15 years ago. And my son loved them so much that because he was just a little brainiac kid and loved putting things together. And I said, here, check these out. And he loved them and like swapping parts and arms and stuff out. He went to town. He loved it.
Mm. So recent pickups, James. How about you? Anything?
I'm constantly getting orders that I made, and it's just pile up a lot of GI Joe classifieds. I still haven't opened my his tank, but most recently I picked up that Marvel Legends woman with the articulation Warbird. I got Warbird and
Warbird.
that Mezco King Conan. And
Nice.
so I couldn't resist. You know, I have an affinity for barbarians, so got him. And he's still in the box, and I'm not going to open him until hopefully our Kickstarter funds, so I don't feel too bad.
How about you, Jason?
Yeah, I picked up Marvel Legends Scar.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
And I got an extra one because somebody's birthday is coming up in September, and I think I'm going to send him one. And I also got Doc.
Oh, I got Doc too. Yeah.
And one of my favorite Spider-Man suits and storylines of Superior Spider-Man.
Can you put the two boxes right next to each other for a second? The Doc and Spidey. Are these they're very close now?
They
in
are.
terms of,
They're
like,
super
the
close.
look of the boxes.
Yeah.
Think about like how different they were.
Yep.
Like a year ago, even.
I know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I like that for GI Joe. It's still too much of a departure from what I'm used to from Marvel Legends.
I mean, that
Yeah.
box for Marvel Legends was around forever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Still nostalgic for it.
I prefer the classic
Retro
retro card. Yeah, I
Yeah.
prefer that
Me too.
because it's just more. It's brighter. The colors are brighter, and it's just more nostalgic for me.
Totally.
And the GI Joe, man, I really wish they had the character card instead of this crap. Why not the character bio and stuff on there?
Yeah.
It's
they
even
need to
it's
start
even the
doing
shape of like the old bio
Exactly.
cards.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Why are they fighting that so much?
And then they have this. I mean, who does?
It's got to be
these?
corporate.
Who
It's-
does
Well, the
these?
thing, one of the issues is, and you see this on the retro carded figures, is that they're doing it in 3 languages, and they're just not able to really fit
Yeah.
that much, anyways, because they're doing it in all those languages. So I
That's
think that
true.
could be part of the reason. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I thought it might have something to do with the writer who wrote the original bios, but maybe they don't have rights to it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And I also picked up Ghost Rider too.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome. The flaming wheel fire effects are freaking
Oh,
really
cool.
cool.
Yeah, that's
He's
awesome.
got 3 of them. Yeah, it's a great figure too.
Braku says that is the reason. He's saying that the
That makes
languages is the reason.
Look who you've got there.
Yeah. So this is my recent pickup.
Nice.
Same factory, right? Is that
Yep,
Yes.
same
is that right?
factory.
Yeah.
Same factory.
That's cool.
This
And I'm
figure's
waiting
awesome.
on mine too.
Yeah, same here.
I was lucky enough to, so actually a couple pickups, because I know I don't like to get political, but I just got to say, Alf for president.
Hell yeah, I love that shirt. I was gonna
that was-
say that, man. Awesome shirt.
That was a gift from Chris. He picked it up at San Diego Comic-Con, and he also picked up Odious for me because it came at San Diego. It came
Yeah.
with the jumpsuit, so I have the
Right, the
jumpsuit. I did a
exclusive.
review too on that. On
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
But this
that's what I
is
watched.
this figure came out great.
Yeah.
And you guys are definitely in good hands with that factory, because
Awesome.
it's sweet.
Yeah. Did you take off the soft goods to check out the plastic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I fully switched the outfits. I did a whole
Mhm.
breakdown of it. I did some
Nice.
pop and swaps in the video. Like
Oh,
I
wow.
threw some Savage. The Savage Crucible belts fit on that
Ooh.
like pretty well. So
Cool.
there's definitely
I'm curious.
options there.
I'm curious if the sleeved flannel will fit on that Logan, the Mezco Logan that has like the tank top and the.
Oh, that's a good thought right there.
I
'Cause,
actually
like,
have them both.
I never have him with the jacket on because it looks so puffy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like the tank top is just kind of a little silly sometimes.
I would
Mhm.
guess it does fit, actually.
You'd think because he's a
Yes.
they're pretty small figures. So
Yeah.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna check that. I'll check that out when I.
But how dare you take Odious's clothes off of him and leave him naked?
Hell yeah.
I don't think Wade would approve of that whatsoever.
But he's got all that fur. He must get hot.
Yeah. Well, he's got the extra. I would put the one with sleeves on Wolverine.
Oh, that's
The
right. He does
sleeveless
come
one
with the
with the
extra.
jacket, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool touch to add
Yeah.
like 2 separate soft goods, so it
Mhm.
didn't look so silly, you know.
Yep.
It's smart.
Yeah, this is all my extra stuff for.
Oh yeah.
this.
Look, check
That's
that
so
out.
rad.
The other flannel is sleeveless, so that the jacket goes on nice and
That's what.
snug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
That's smart
I
of him.
hope- I didn't notice this until today, but this thing's like all ripped up. I don't
Yeah.
know
Oh,
if
is it?
that's accidental or
No,
if that's
it's on purpose.
that is on purpose. Okay.
Yeah, because he is like he takes over people's bodies. Like it's like a spirit. Odious is a spirit.
Okay. I should have gone over
So
that.
think almost like a wolf man spirit.
Perfect for Wolverine and his
Yeah, exactly.
claws. All right, I'm gonna try to do this here. One nice thing about Mezco is how nice the hands.
Yeah,
they
I
just
like how
pop
the
right
hands
off.
pop. Yeah, I do like that. The softer
this fit-
hands
this
with a
fit
harder
well.
joint. Yep.
Okay, well it fits. For the most part, is it gonna come all the way? Is the question. Yeah, I guess it could.
One thing I'm kicking myself in the ass for is missing the skeleton Legion builder.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like an hour too late, and they were all freaking sold out. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I have an affinity for skull, skeletons, death, and things of that
Mhm.
nature.
Don't we all?
Yeah,
Don't we all?
those are good figures, man. They're
They can
So I'm seeing.
But
I've-
you know, like there's more coming. There's more.
Yeah.
Even if it's not that exact skeleton, there's other
Yeah.
skeletons coming.
I do have the other ones pre-ordered. The
that's
the one
aliens
that yep. I have all those, the whole line pre-orders.
That's looking good.
I'm almost there with this.
Yeah, yeah. No, have fun. Have fun. That's
Sorry,
all.
thank
Let's play. Hey, that's what it's all about. Playing
Oh.
with your toys.
Thanks, Josh. If you can get me one, that'd be sweet, man. I'd appreciate it.
Oh, I can't read any of the chat. I'm listening.
So-
Oh, look at that!
with-
It fits
with a little-
perfect.
A little more futzing around, it'll look pretty good.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
pretty slick. I
Oh
like
my
that better
gosh!
than just the tank top, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much
Cool.
better.
I might just
That's
leave
good
it
to
on
see.
there.
For the record, Wade, I did not. I objected to all of that.
Come on, Mike. Look, he's still fully clothed.
Okay. Okay. Good. As long as you don't leave him naked, we don't want to offend.
The jumpsuit's awesome, and I think he said that Rebel 10 is going to do like another one, a different
Ooh.
version, different color or something like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
if people missed out on that, I think there's going to be another color coming on that jumpsuit.
Oh, purple.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
cool
purple's
look. I
not
like
really
it a
a
lot.
good jumpsuit color, but oh, purple.
Well, he loves purple, so that's probably a good bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So those were mine. Also Chris sent me some old vintage packs, and they have
man. Bubblegum and-
the Booyah baseball cards.
Yeah.
Those stickers, which like
That's
I
awesome.
want to say
that
there was,
feel.
like,
I'm
different
remembering the
states,
feel.
too. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So
I love that elf figure that Neca put out last year. It's so good. All the
I have like
accessories.
6 of them.
Yeah, yeah. I was so tempted to buy a second one just to keep in the package for when I get my display room set up, but I didn't do that yet.
I want to see someone throw an Ewok head or a Sasquatch head onto it and just have
Or an odious head.
No,
Oh.
don't do that.
Yeah, I did another recent pickup is that my the one I ordered the San Diego exclusive Super Alf that I ordered
Yeah. Oh,
direct
cool.
from NECA that also came in. I just haven't opened that
Nice.
one yet, but I will.
Yeah.
soon.
So are they gonna have that as pre-order or be able to order that?
They already did. It was online a few weeks before San Diego, where they do their 3 days in a row, right? They
Oh,
do, like,
right.
3 drops. It was
Yeah.
available already.
God damn it! Of course.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
My cousin, when he was when we were younger, I think it was like the late '80s. For Christmas, he got that talking Alf plush,
Yeah,
and oh my gosh, the memories with that thing.
I was never big into the TV show. The cartoon I loved though. The animation on the cartoon was really
Oh,
good.
that was a good
Yeah,
cartoon.
that was a good cartoon.
That's kind of where the Hawaiian shirt comes from, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Okay, let's jump into the chat, and then we'll talk some Savage or some
Ooh.
Brutal Realm. We got Rob Zamora in the house. Yeah, no, not the Holothon. Was it? No, it wasn't available at the Holothon, but the Holothon is. I have a feeling we're gonna see that Rat King. Have you guys seen that? I didn't put pictures in the slideshow.
Yeah,
but
I
some,
actually-
some
Rat King
people
looks
have
pretty
found
cool.
that Mirage Rat King. It looks awesome.
It does.
I can't
Yeah.
believe the articulation, the poses people are putting that in. That's very impressive for NECA.
They
Yeah,
don't
I saw
usually
him.
have that.
Yeah, they don't.
crunch.
The accessories, the
Target.
dead rat that comes with it.
You saw it
looks
at
really
Target,
cool.
David?
What?
Yeah, I saw it at
Already?
Target.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I gotta be on the lookout.
I'll
All right.
keep an
So
eye
who
out.
else we got? Dub3, Jeff Evans. We got Caleb. Tom is here. An orange jumpsuit would be sick.
Yeah.
Josh Brown, Cloud Foxwell, Carlos is here. The Collecting Brothers, Greg, Trevor. What's up? We're gonna
Hey,
talk
there he
about-
is.
Talk about Trevor today when we get into the Legion
Absolutely.
stuff. Let's see here. Oh, and Trevor did shots for you guys.
Absolutely.
He did.
That's right.
Yeah, we
We
were
did
very
amazing
lucky.
shots
Yeah.
with our 1.0 body.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't put them in the slideshow because it's like those are kind of like a little bit older, and I was trying to
Yeah.
put the newer
Everyone's
stuff.
seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on his page.
Legends Collector. Let's see. Steph is here. Josh, the Select Guy. Mythic Dolphin. Oh, Rob Zamora did a super chat. Gordon Shumway for president. Yes, indeed.
Also, it's the screen capture on my phone,
Oh,
or
nice.
the because this is the greatest photo I've ever seen in my life. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob, for the $2 super chat. Sorry, I missed that earlier.
Is
Let's see
it
here.
that, or is this the best photo he's done?
Oh wow! Yeah, that is a good photo, actually. That's a good one.
King Castle. Let's see who else we got. Did I miss anybody? Dave Orkin. Usually, I think he was like the first or second in
Yeah,
there. Him and Josh were there. Guys Not Dolls. Rick Jones. Braku Prime. Joe Gonsalves. Yes. Kevin. Hank. Want to see Destination Stone. Babylon Squared. Edgardo. Blake. Yep, Blake was here early. And Curtis. Scott. Fortress. All right. Probably a few more Legions ladies. What's up, everybody? Okay, so let's get into your toy line here.
Yeah.
All right, so Kickstarter's going on now. You got a
Yep.
couple more weeks left. What, 3? Yeah, 3 weeks left.
3 weeks. Yep.
21 days. This was earlier today. It's already gone up from here a little bit. So you're getting close to 50K at this point.
And these numbers don't reflect Big Bad Toy Store, so we should be considerably, or decent amount higher than this. So, we've got some ground to make up, but we've got renders coming out, which we'll show off later, and I think that'll help tremendously. We're fighting a lot of other things, taking up the space right now. So hopefully, people being out on things like this gets the word out, and hopefully people see that this is a toy line that maybe they might want to collect. So
I would suggest also, like, I don't have every single photo here. So for folks who want to kind of see everything or a lot of other stuff, open up the Kickstarter page, bit.ly/getbrutal, or just search the Kickstarter for Brutal Realm. And then you can kind of follow along here too. But there, I have a good amount of pictures on here. So
you got some good
All
ones.
yeah. Okay, walk us through. So starting off with you got a set of army builders. Tell us about these.
Yeah, these are our barbarian warriors, and we just wanted to do something with the base body that we could come in at a very reasonable price. Hopefully, people think, and create something where people might want to buy all of them or multiples of, and it wouldn't cost us too much in tooling, so we could offer more than just our base characters. So we came up with these three gentlemen. The first one is, they're nondescript, so we've got, pretty much African warrior, barbarian, Euro barbarian warrior, and Native American barbarian warrior. And they come with the weapons of the main heroes that we have. And this is artwork by Ken Coleman as well. They come with bare feet as well. The boots come off, so people can have a lot of fun with the figure, even though, it's kind of a bare character.
Right.
And yeah, weapon holding hands, fists, that's all you need, in life. So yeah.
And reasonably priced, so you can buy multiples and start your little army of barbarian warriors.
Yeah.
To run along with the heroes.
Yeah.
And then moving into the main characters, you got three main characters. Tell us about these guys.
Ogun, based on West African Yoruba mythology. He's someone that I've always been obsessed with since I learned about him, and just thought he would make as a great toy, and also with the body that we have and the accessories, thought he'd be an awesome figure, and it looks like he's turning out to be that way. We can't wait to show off renders of him as soon as we get them on the body 2.0 and his shield. We're gonna get some new art soon that really shows kind of the idea that I have behind his shield of wisdom that can kind of take on energy and emit it back out, but only when it feels like it. It's a sentient shield, so it kind of has a mind of its own.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we have it. We have our prototype has it with the eyes open, and it's painted in a way. Our prototype painted in a way where it looks like it's blue light.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
There you go.
Oh, let me put you up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Nico Hodge did this paint job. As you can see, he is amazing. And he is working on our new prototypes because the old one is on the old body. So he's working on new ones as we speak.
What are the changes that you've made with the body? You say, like,
so looking at the picture that you have right there, the big changes are the knees and the shoulders. The shoulders didn't work on this body, and we got a new designer to help us work out some of the functionality issues that we were having, and he just decided to, in 1 week, do something that it took a year for 3 other designers to work on. And he built not 1 week, but like 3 weeks. And this guy's amazing. And we're very happy with the new 2.0 body. He fixed the issues with the shoulders. The knees now are much more fluid looking.
I'm gonna just jump ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll go back, but I'll just jump ahead here so you can kind of see what the new stuff looks like.
Yep. He's working on the render. He's working on the render for Ogun and Croman as we speak right now. So hopefully soon we can show those off as well.
Mm-hmm. And that is Jason's dog, probably drinking water. It is not a monster or anything weird.
It's my brutal beast.
Yeah, Jason's got an omnidirectional mic that picks up his beasts in his cave.
You get some good ears, man.
I think your microphone is on your computer too, or something. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, maybe. No, it wouldn't be too. You hear an echo, I think.
Anyway, I don't want people to think we've got monsters living in our caves, but anyway. So yeah, those are the main differences. We wanted to keep a lot of the body proportions, V shape, very stocky build. But with that, Penn also created, when you look on the other ones, much more realistic proportions as well. The old one, I really liked the design, but it was a little stocky, and the new body is a little bit more realistic and perhaps more broad in taste for people, because my taste is like, just super beefcake, barbarians, and this is a little bit more realistic. And when we get it painted, there won't be such a shine, so the boobs won't look so bad. So,
but
yeah.
Still, it's still pretty big and beefy, right? Like, I mean,
absolutely,
it still has that you know, kind of like a He-Man kind of thing. I mean, even like this stuff right here, like this.
Yeah.
This is like a quick step away from an awesome He-Man custom
Absolutely.
kit bash.
Yeah.
You know.
Or Simon Belmont, people keep saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or Thundar the Barbarian. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
Barbarian.
Just, or Cole the Conqueror, or you know, there's so many characters that hopefully people will buy our figures and have fun with. Maybe they'll like the characters we made. Maybe they won't and create their own. We don't care. Have fun. So, I mean, I'll cry, but other than that, it would be fun.
All right, what do we got next here?
So Croman is just our attempt at just a rock and roll barbarian. He's just super metal. He was a barbarian who died on the battlefield, and these three witches took his body when he was lifeless, and they sacrificed a crow on his chest, which became emblazoned into his body and flew down into the void to capture the demon of death and inhabit this body, but he wouldn't let go of his life so easily, and so they now both inhabit this body together. And when the desire for battle becomes too great, he transforms into the demon of death, and his axe is also possessed, and it loves to drink the blood of his fallen adversaries. So yeah,
That's rad.
thank you.
I like that guy.
Yeah, that's a good bio. The possessed axe versus the sentient shield. I like it.
Yeah. I love stuff like that. You know, the Excalibur, you know, Eye of Thundera, all types of stuff. It's just fun when, you know, even the Force, you know, the lightsaber moving. Just things like that are always cool to me. So.
And that axe is different than their newly redesigned axe. You can see right between the blades
hold
have.
on. Let me pull you up here. If I can. Can I do that? Yep. Hang on. There you go.
There you go. You can see the crow skull in the center.
Oh, cool.
And it's got kind of like its wing bones coming out to form the blade.
Yeah, we just took it up a notch, and it's even bigger, and it's got even greater detail. Especially when we do a wash on it, it's gonna look dope.
Yeah, and my camera sucks, and the back shows like the rib cage. Looks really freaking awesome.
Oh, cool. So it's
my camera sucks, but you know, it looks
You're
awesome.
Fun. You look good, man. You look good.
All right. And then we have your. Oh wait, showing something. Hang on. Let me.
Oh, I'm just saying he can dab.
Yeah, we got great articulation on our figure. I think. Yeah. Two-handed, and more importantly, he can hold the axe with two hands in front of him. So that's the most important.
Yeah,
thing.
that's cool.
Right in front of him, over his head. Yeah. I mean, you can get so many good poses with this guy.
Yeah. If that wasn't a 3D prototype, we could bring it down even lower. But you know, the tension on that is getting. We play with it so much that the tension is getting loose. And then the third one is Cronan, the future King Barbarian. And he's got his trusty axe, which is the weapon I really like him to wear or to use. The lion is kind of his motif. So he's like our generic, you know, barbarian king. And hopefully people can imagine what they want with this character or follow along with the story we've created, because he's completely unique than anyone else. And he's got a sword of destiny, which has its own lore and fame to it and abilities. Yeah. And he comes with two different heads. These are brand new photos that we just got today from our designer who redesigned the body and is also doing these amazing renders. And he comes with two different faces, his angry face and then like the plain face. And that they're both made by or designed by Monster Machine Creations, aka Jeremy Wilson.
Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome.
He also did the Yambarian, the Euro Barbarian. He did that head sculpt, and he did our General Grimskull head sculpt that we will be showing off. So yeah, he did all these things, and I think we have him contracted to work on a female barbarian head sculpt as well. So hopefully, if people like these designs, they'll like more from him because we love his work.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear. That he's one of my all-time favorite 3D sculptors.
Yeah,
like his stuff his stuff has such great personality and detail.
Yeah,
That,
yeah, it really
I mean,
does.
just knowing that these are going to look fantastic in person.
We tried to get the best people we could possibly get. Thankfully, people like him were willing to work with us, even though we don't really have a name to ourselves. We've got Orbis working, Orbis 22, Christopher Nunez, who also does a lot of our head sculpts. Penn will probably be doing a head sculpt, the guy who designed the body, because it would be such a waste of his immense talent not for him to have some sort of influence on the way these characters look. And he's redesigning a lot of the accessories as well too, to work with the new body. So, and he's giving it a lot more detail, a lot more realism. The scratches and dents that you see in the axe that weren't there before, the detail on the Sword of Destiny. He's just taking our entire vision to multiple levels above where we were before, and that's why we started all over again at the last minute, because it was just worth it, because the pictures and the figures hopefully speak for themselves. So
Sure.
Yeah.
And then, so 140 is the
Funding goal.
The funding goal, and then this is where we get into the stretch goals. And somebody just said there's a female as a stretch goal. I totally missed that, so we'll talk about that after. But so here's your first one, and this is, do we have it here? Yeah, 150K.
And this is still on the 1.0 body, so we can't wait to get the renders for the 2.0. But it does have the new head sculpt that we got by Orbis, which just gives it a whole layer, another layer of detail that are old. We had an old head sculpt that didn't really capture the realism that we wanted, but he's going to have a war axe, a war club. It's that gunstock looking weapon that has this spearhead on it, and it's an amazing weapon that can be thrown, that can be treated like a club, that can be treated like an axe. It is one of the greatest weapons that the Native Americans ever made, and we're honored to show it off. Tomahawk, of course, a trusty side weapon, and his headdress is removable. Underneath that is going to be his hair laid down in braids. So hopefully people can have fun with that. They can either have the head sculpt with the headdress on or without. And he's going to come with a second head sculpt as well. So you're not just getting this plain head sculpt. You're going to get an angrier face as well. And we're trying to give people as much value as possible and make as little profit as humanly possible. And the great General Khan, I really had fun with, figuring out his bow and arrow. It's called the Phoenix Bow and Arrow. Basically, it's alive, and every time he knocks the arrow back into the energy kind of, there's like an energy string, and it finds its target, and then it kind of bursts into flames and then reappears right back into the bow. So just like the Phoenix, it comes back alive. And then also we have the Dragon's Fang sword, which is from an actual dragon's fang, and it's super light, super deadly, and he's almost unbeatable with it. And he's got like dragon armor as well. On the back of his armor is like a little short dragon cape made from dragon scales. So we had fun with that too.
The bow itself will be, its wings will be, or limbs will be articulated, so they move, like a vertical up and down.
Cool.
For weapon storage, we're probably going to have like a little thing on the back where it can just clip there.
That's neat.
That's cool.
And this is one of my favorites. This is the Owl King, and I had just finished watching The Northman and got so geeked up on that movie. If no one has seen The Northman and you're a Mythic Legions fan or just a fan of sword and sorcery and fantasy, you have to see The Northman.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
It's super dope. But he's kind of like the king of these owl people who regard and revere the owls, and just want to have fun with him. And he's got owl, feather overlay, and by the shoulders, those are going to be separate, so they move with articulation. so they're not one piece. The whole owl overlay over his chest and the shoulders are separate. And he comes with 2 dope ass Viking axes that fly, and we're pretty sure that they'll come back to him if they don't find their target. So there's some coolness with that as well.
Mhm.
And they've got some dope designs.
Will any of these figures have any sort of soft
Probably
goods?
means soft goods.
Yeah.
Our deluxe figure, General Grimskull, will come with a wired cloth cape. So that's going to be our first foray into soft goods, and we'll go from there. We didn't want to get too in the weeds with that, but we knew that General Grimskull, had to have a cool ass cape, and he's going to not only have the wire on the sides but underneath as well. So much like the dope ass M Bison by Jada Toys, he's going to have all that type of cool soft goods wire cape. So, yeah.
Well, thank you, Rob, for the super chat. And while we're on the super chats, I just want to point out that Joe gifted 10 memberships. Rob has been a 15-month member. Brick, as well as
Brick.
Yeah, Brick's in the house. Brick is the one who was talking about Athena, which I guess I got to pull that up. So let me pull up the Kickstarter.
Yeah, everyone loves Athena. She's our female figure that we started working on at the last minute because everyone was like, oh, nothing but guys. And I was like, hey, there's women that exist, but we gotta sell these figures first. But there was such a demand that we pushed our female figures ahead of we're doing also primal figures. But those are tiers that if we happen to reach Athena, we were gonna show that off too. But we're just gonna be patient with that. So we put primal figures off to the side and are giving people what they really want, which is Athena, and she's gonna be one thick muscle mommy, based on the Greek goddess of war. So once you pull up the picture, I can tell people.
Well, let's do this. Let me
finish off.
Let me start after the Owl King.
Absolutely.
So the 4th tier is at 190. So we're gonna go from there. So let's go here, and I just gotta rearrange a couple things on my screen here.
No worries. And that is not a dwarf, Yorick the Sumerian. A lot of people think he is, but he is based off of Gilgamesh and Sumerians and that classic beard design that they do. And he comes with a dope-ass scimitar and the Spear of Destiny for people that are knowledgeable of history and mythology. I had to include that. So
sweet. So Uruk and 210. This is who you were mentioning,
General Grimskull.
General Grimskull with the wired cape.
Yep.
A clear homage to samurais of the Edo period. No other inspiration I don't think I got from anybody on this one, but yeah, I had to indulge my inner Star Wars fan and Skeletor fan and just bring
that's a good combo.
those two.
Yeah.
It's like
you indulge both of us, man.
Yeah, I couldn't resist.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna be dope. I think he's probably the one I want the most. And Shadar's our army builder. They're one figure that comes with 3 different faceplates. That color scheme is not what we're actually going to give. That one is the more metallic and blue. Our artist just took a little bit of license with that, but we're going to be having new art that more reflects the color scheme that they're going to be soon. Hopefully people have fun with like these Bedouin assassin ninjas.
Oh, there's Athena.
There's Athena. There she is. That's the one everyone likes. And that's 2D art from our amazing conceptual artist, Dasar Yortha. And he just does so well with capturing what Jason and I are trying to express. And it's so much fun working with him and seeing how he just gives it life, these ideas of ours. And then the picture below that is actually the render that Penn is working on for the body, and then I photoshopped the armor on top of it.
The 2D overlay. Yeah.
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 So that's actually the kind of musculature that she's going to have. We're putting articulation cuts into her right now. So we are close to having something we can print out. So hopefully people are excited about that.
She's a beast. She's going to be awesome.
Yeah, her shoulders are probably going to be a little smaller and her waist a little tighter. But all in all, those are going to be her proportions. She's going to be a badass.
It's funny that you have both Uruk and Athena, because I was looking around for my copy of Gilgamesh.
Oh, look at that.
I lost it somewhere. I don't know what happened. I couldn't find it, so I just recently ordered another copy of Gilgamesh, and then I just got in the new Emily Wilson Iliad, which I teach. So at our school, we're going to switch over to the Emily Wilson translation. So, cool. So I got like both Athena and Uruk on my mind right now.
Are you a literary?
Nice.
Are you a literature teacher or history?
Literature.
Literature. Okay.
I teach at ELA. Yep.
Oh, okay. I went to school to be a teacher, but I don't do it.
There's always time, man. There's always time.
Yeah, you could always do it.
I minored in history, but we love all that stuff. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology, all mythologies. So couldn't resist. There's going to be a lot more. If people are fans of that stuff, they're going to love our toy line. So
sweet. All right, let me pull that down. Other things you want to share about the campaign, about the line, anything you left out?
One thing, we're not just stopping with this 6.75 inch. We are in the future. We're talking about going 7 to 8 inches for what we're calling a brute book. This book right here is our hero book, and then also depending on how well these sell and how well people take them, there's going to be an 8 to 9 inch Titan buck as well. And also, we're talking. Somebody mentioned no dwarves. He's out, but he was just kidding. So we are doing dwarves. Yep, we're going to be doing dwarves, orcs, and other monsters of that nature.
Yeah, that's how Jason and I started our partnership. Is he was working on a dwarf action figure, and I liked his ability to see what needed to be done, and then we just started this partnership. We also have the female warriors that we're going to do like a primal version of. Our hero book, we're going to throw fur onto that and do a primal version of. So we've got a lot of ideas. We just need to get funded for these initial figures so we can really springboard off that and create a really deep world.
Yeah, a couple super chats I missed when I had that other screen up. Khan is badass. Hope he unlocks. Can we expect an Asian barbarian warrior in the future?
Absolutely. I'm sorry that we didn't have one for this round. We actually have one we're working on. Monster Machine Creations is working on someone is working on the female Asian barbarian head sculpt. So it's going to be an Asian female barbarian. If Athena unlocks, the next we're just going to go to another tier, and we're going to have 3 female barbarian warriors because we're going to have that body available to create more figures with. So we're going to have a female, a Native American, and an African. So 4 female characters once Athena unlocks.
Nice. And then Carlos says the Shadow Army is badass.
So
let's get brutal.
Carlos is a super badass. He's actually the moderator of our Facebook Brutal Realm collectors group. So everybody, please go on to Facebook and join it. We normally put behind the scenes and early looks at things we're going to post the next day. So if you're a big fan, you'll get the first look at a lot of stuff on our Facebook group.
Awesome. And we are also talking about skeletons too. Yes, we're definitely going to be talking about skeletons.
Beasts. We want to do like everything. We're toy collectors. We look at behind Jason. He's getting nothing but toys. We won't be able to stop ourselves once you guys get us funded. So
Super juiced skeletons.
Absolutely.
Yes, heck yes.
These are you know the term big boned. These are gonna be big boned skeletons.
Um,
I
okay.
almost revealed our idea for that too, just now.
Oh,
Giving
imagine
away,
dwarf skeletons.
hey,
Anything else? Any last thoughts on what you want to share
Mounts.
here?
Don't forget mounts.
yeah,
Mounts
yeah,
too? Nice.
yeah. Well, we're not, you know, we can't stop thinking about everything. So, yeah, we're just having fun, you know, trying to get the word out. If anyone knows of any podcast we should be on other than this awesome one we're on now, please hit us up. If you haven't funded, please fund now. The sooner you fund, the more likely we are to hit these additional tiers.
Yep.
Our funding goal right now isn't representative of where we're truly at because of our partnership with Big Bad Toy Store. Once we get funded, 5K Toys is going to back us, all these other things. So once we get funded, the ability to hit other tiers are going to be a lot easier. So no one get discouraged at where we're at right now. Things are looking better than they actually do look. So
Have you been in
people
touch with Nerdzoic at all?
I've reached out to him. I don't know if he's seen my message. So if anyone is friends with Nerdzoic, we would love to talk
I'll
to him.
try to send him a message. You should definitely,
Oh,
at the
thanks.
very least, you know, maybe he can do a live stream. And then,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
he's a
that'd be
retailer
awesome.
too. Like he's like a great, both ends. He's a great resource for all this stuff.
Yeah, well, I was just
Yeah.
watching his video on McFarlane and then his
Yeah.
review of the Odd Frog Entertainment Bandito, which people should check out. That car looks really cool, and the people at Odd Frog look like they're really cool people too. They were very nice talking about us recently, so definitely want to pay back.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that McFarlane video was eye opening. It's just like so cool
Yeah.
to hear him share. I mean, that's a shitty situation, but like to hear him share that and give us that kind of look behind the
Yeah.
scenes of the retailer is really interesting.
Yeah, not many people know how these things work. You know, we
No.
didn't have an idea until we started making toys how much the molds cost and how every little thing, you know, just adding another sword. If there's no room on the mold, that's a whole nother $6,000 for just a dagger or something. So people,
Yeah.
you know, when people are like, "Oh, why don't you
Yeah.
just throw in hands?" If there's no more room, especially with all the accessories that we're providing, if there's no more room on the mold, that you're talking about a lot more money. And then not only the cost of the molds, but you have to do a minimum order quantity too to use that mold.
Right.
Right.
So that's tacking on a lot more money. So,
And that was one of the main reasons why we couldn't move Athena up to the first unlockable or close to one of the unlockable tiers. She's all the way at the end because it's a whole new tooling for everything.
Yeah.
one figure
And
is like 5 molds.
Yeah, and that's you know, that's very common. Like you'll see it with Spiro, you'll see it. I mean, the same thing was with Chris in the Biblical Adventures. Like he was just like, I'm just doing one body for this first round, you know. So yeah.
Yep. If it's a good body, I mean, why not? I mean, you could do so much with a good, decent body. And like
Oh yeah.
that's one thing our design, when we thought about the design, is, you know, he's got to be naked, so we can, you know, throw in, you know, whatever kind of other accessory armor that they're going to have is going to be different. That's what makes them different. Their head sculptures and their weapons are what's going to make them different than each other too. So
And we've got a lot more bodies planned. This is just the first step, guys.
Yep.
So, you know,
Yeah.
we're
All
not
right,
like
well,
Hasbro that can come out with, you know, 3 different bodies off the jump. But anyway, that was fun.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing all that. And I don't know if you guys want to like hop off if you're busy. You're welcome to stay. We are going to talk Cosmic Legions. We're going to talk San Diego Comic-Con reveals. We might be doing a giveaway, I believe. So up to you guys.
yeah, I'd like to stay and listen.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
let's hang
going to
out.
pester you guys some more. Absolutely.
If you don't
All
mind me chiming in.
Yeah,
I'll be more
absolutely.
quiet this time.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the IshCon reveals. This is the Harrow Zone Cosmic Legions wave. This is the continuation of the Ox Crew story, and I feel like it's a very good story continuation, and it kind of like expands that, you know, side of the Cosmic Legions world and stuff. So very cool stuff. To me, the highlight of this whole thing was this figure right here, which is the Buzzoff tribute Anthophilius. And David, this is based on your custom. This is an absolute first, based on your custom. How you feeling?
Yeah, it's so bizarre. When I got into customizing and working on Mythic Legions toys, it was never my intention to create something like permanent. Like I never did it for likes or follows or whatever. It was more just like, I really love these figures. Like I truly enjoy having them. And the Masters of the Universe tributes or the PowerCon debuts, whatever you want to call them, they're really special to me in that line in particular. So I made this guy specifically because, you know, the parts were there and I love Buzzoff and it would look cool in the collection. But yeah, I never thought it would go this far, you know?
It's amazing.
So
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's so far it's been just a whirlwind of emotions. Like it's incredible. And it's like I said on Legion's Lounge, like it was cool that they used the concept, and that's all they really, you know, they didn't have to go as far as to giving it a charming bio and you know, all the credit that they've given me for this. So it's even more special to be included, you know?
Yeah, it's by the way, Jason, I muted you. I think you should be able to unmute yourself and then mute again. There's a little bit of background noise. So yeah, David, like, it's funny because, you know, I would hear a lot of people say, like, you got to take a Sphexian, and obviously there's Sphexian parts here, but like, you got to take the Sphexian, and there it is. That's going to be Buzzoff. They're going to repaint the Sphexian, and it's going to be Buzzoff. And all that time, and this is going back even a year or two, like even a couple of years, right? All that time in my mind, I was like, no, it's got to be one of the striped torsos from Mythic. Like, it's got to be either this one or that other one that kind of has the horizontal, right? Like,
yeah.
And you did it. Like, you absolutely you nailed, in my opinion, like you nailed that Buzzoff look to the point where once you showed it and you were like, I'm selling this at Legion's Con, it was my mission. It was my mission to get this figure, right? Like, and then you were kind enough to kind of hit me up ahead of time and say, hey, you know, if you want it, it's yours, you know? So I had the honor of having that in my collection for the past year. Obviously, with this announcement, I couldn't not send it back to you. I mean, it's the prototype for the figure, but yeah, so like, it really is the perfect Buzzoff like combination of parts, and you absolutely nailed it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, like I mentioned before, that like the build for these, it's like they all look like they're He-Man toys, you know. So when the Sphexian came out, I didn't think that looked like Buzzoff, you know,
right?
As much as like, you know, the kind of barbarian body with the striped torso and stuff. And then I forget where I was talking about it, but those forearms were like a last minute change that I went from like the regular gauntlets to being the spiked arms.
Yeah, and I just want to share. So actually, I did a side by side. So there are a couple little minor differences here.
Yeah.
Like the forearms, you have it so like when you look at a Buzzoff figure, like, right, like his flesh has those little spiky bits on his flesh, and then you had part of that flesh going into the gauntlet there, or the, you know, the whatever, the bracer or whatever it is, and then a little bit of gold under, and then they went all gold with that. Trying to think. I mean, I guess the head's a little different too, paint wise.
Yeah, and the forearm thing, it's like from a pop and swap standpoint, those forearms could literally only be used on
Yes,
those arms. So it makes sense to have them be full gauntlets, and especially from
totally.
a newcomer getting into the line, having gauntlets that are flesh colored it almost looks lazy. Like, oh, the company couldn't just sculpt forearms that fit, you know?
Right.
Not
Yeah,
understanding that it was
it
originally.
totally makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, any liberties they make, I mean, they just make great stuff. So it's like,
Yep.
it's going to be cool in hand no matter what.
But like, other than like a couple little things, it is very spot on. And my lighting on the left one is a photo I took. My lighting is very cool, and I have yellow lights. I have like light yellow lights on it, so it's a little bit different lighting. Because when I think about what it just looks like in hand, it's like that tone of yellow. I mean, you just absolutely captured Buzzoff's colors like perfectly, and I think they captured your colors perfectly too.
Absolutely. Like again, the little changes they made are for, I imagine, for, you know, production purposes and you know, whatever other terms. But it's so bizarre to me that they just kept it so close. And it's an honor. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. This is the only time they've ever taken a community member's custom, and they've done tributes. They've done all sorts of tributes. But they took a community member's custom and made it one of their own, as if you know, prototype painted the figure for them. It's so cool.
Sure. Yeah, it's so wild. It's insane to consider that. And it's funny, somebody else pointed that out to me at IshCon. I never considered that's a first, you know, and it just makes it hit even harder. But I'm like, wow, you know, it makes it just that much more special every time.
Now, here's a question. Do you feel pressure to like make like the ultimate custom next time you make a custom? Like, do you feel like, oh man, how am I going to live up to this? Or are you just like, I don't care?
Not really. Only because when I make customs, I make them because I think they'd be cool. And again, I like this line in particular. So when I make customs, I specifically make them for fun, and if somebody likes it, you know, that's cool. If somebody doesn't, that's okay too. But I don't imagine it's going to be a trend, you know, for them to be like, they're just picking out customs from, you know.
Yeah, no,
figures.
I'm just thinking in terms of like, you know, like your custom was so damn good that it was worthy of this honor. And it's like, do you feel like, you know, like a little like, oh man, how am I going to top that?
I think this is unique because it is such a pigeonholed thing. It's like, it was a character that needed to be made in the Masters tributes, and then, you know, all the parts worked out. Yeah. And it was a perfect situation. But no, I really don't feel pressure. I love making customs. So, you know, if the next one I make is everybody loves it, that's cool. And if nobody likes it, that's okay too, you know?
Now, when I showed you the picture of the box that I was sending back to you, you thought that maybe I had sent it to Four Horsemen. So do you know like who painted it? Like who painted the prototype, and like kind of how that went about? Like they were just looking at images, I guess, right?
Yeah. So I assumed that you sent it to him. Also, before Jeremy contacted me about this coming to fruition, was before you bought it, he had messaged me and he was like, "Hey man, do you have any buyers for Buzzoff?" And I was like, I kind of want Bill to have it. And he was like, "Cool." I was gonna say, you know, if you give Bill a shout out and see if he wants to have it. So I assumed with that conversation that meant because they have a relationship with you, they could get a hold of it,
right,
to make it. which is why I just assumed that you sent it to him because the colors in person are exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then I believe Joe Bassapolo said that Sherry painted the head, and then I don't know if she did the whole body, but like I said, I think as far as I know, Sherry did the head at least, which is cool. And then that's another thing that in person there is a bit of a brown fade on the back, not as drastic as the old one, the one that I made. There's a lot more yellow than brown, but it's a really cool paint job.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it in hand and just be able to army build it.
Yeah, this is one that I actually would like to.
One
get
of the
a few of.
bad things about having a custom like that, it's a display piece. Like you're not playing with it, you're not popping swat. Like you're not, it's a display piece. Like that's kind of that's like the flip side of customs. But it'll be really fun to have this for just playing around with posing and swaps and stuff.
Any thoughts to do that helmet that the original Buzzoff had?
No, I guess I didn't put that picture up there, but
well, the helmet they included, they talked about it on Jeremy's show last night. That was my original plan, was to do the Spexian head on the Legion's body, but then that head doesn't work on a 1.0 net peg whatsoever, and we didn't have the Valiant Knight yet. So
the hinge. Yeah.
And that's what makes it work. So it was actually like when I decided I was going to make this custom, that was my original plan. And then I got that head and it didn't work. So I was like, oh, well, now what? Like, what can I use as a Buzzoff head if I can't use the bug,
That works.
So yeah, and that worked out really well. And it was just the fact that it had 6 eyes, I thought was pretty rad.
Yeah.
And I had so many sentries that I had a whole little bin of those heads.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it all just worked out. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Like just everything worked so well with this that I can't take it for granted and I can't try and top it. It was just this magical series of events.
Yep. Totally. Well, congratulations.
Thank
Curtis
you so
called
much.
it. Did you see that Curtis called it?
I was sitting next to Trevor at IshCon when they were doing the Saturday Day Live or Saturday whatever.
Yeah.
And Curtis called it on that, and they were like, "Do you think David Williams really flew across the country if they're not going to make Buzzoff?" and Trevor tapped me on the arm and was like, "I got it."
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Trevor would have known because he did the photos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he didn't know that I knew right off the bat. So he was like, he had to wait. I think he might have asked somebody at the convention, because at one point he came up to me and he goes, right? I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. And you did the pins for the Chris and George figures and the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. The other two,
stuff.
I don't know when they'll be revealed. That's not really up to me. But
yeah,
I mean, they're going to start rolling out Legion's Con stuff sooner than later, so I'm sure you'll see them soon. Those I'm really excited about. Those two.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I didn't pull those up either, but yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So let's kind of keep plugging through. I'm going to bring back Buzzoff in a second. I do want to get through this. There's been a lot of streams. This is why I don't have all the different pictures up for them. There's been a lot of streams with these. There was one question I want to get Jason here. There was one question. Do you guys collect Legions, Jason and James?
Jason has Legion's Con. I've been broke since we started making these action. So I haven't been able to really dive into them. I kept looking at the vampire Legion's Con and that bear. I have to get that bear.
The bear is awesome. Yeah.
And then this new wave of Cosmic Legion figures looks amazing. That new mount that they did is so unique. And I'm really impressed with how they're just creating a whole new sci-fi world that doesn't exactly look like things we've already seen. You know,
Yeah,
that's really
that's
impressive.
a big difference from Mythic. It's like Mythic
Yeah.
is familiar concepts. Their Cosmic, it's just like there are familiar things about it, but like they can go anywhere and
Yeah.
do anything, and they
Yeah.
have been doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, and they really have. Like it doesn't strike me as traditional sci-fi, but it doesn't look like anything else. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
look like any other sci-fi or anything other than sci-fi. Like you can tell what they're going for.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I have. I just got their, what is it? The first wave of their Cosmic Legions, the aliens that look like the Greys.
Yeah.
Those action figures. I had to get those because I mean, I like the whole UFO, the Greys kind of aliens. It's really cool too to me, and the soft goods that they have and their accessories are really cool. But you know the Necroniminous line that's coming out. I have that all pre-ordered, and I just caught the tail end of. Do you guys remember the what is it? Necroopolis,
Necronominous.
Necroopolis, the birds, the very first bird wave.
Gothtropolis.
Huh?
Yeah, Gothtropolis.
Gothictropolis. That's right. That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah.
The Raven. I got the Raven. I had to get it.
He's cool.
Yeah, I love ravens and crows. I mean, I got a nice crow tattoo, and it's something special to me. And when I saw that figure, I was like, God dang, I gotta get it. So I started there, and then when they started releasing images of their knights, the very first nights when they had that Kickstarter up. Oh gosh, how long has it been? 6, 7,
10 years.
10 years. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's
11
been 10 years.
since the Kickstarter, right?
Yep. And I got the Barbarian Builder and the Warduke Tribute, and I got a bunch of the dwarves. I got one of the goblins. They're really cool. Yeah, the detail and the paint is really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. And so we got Hylor Kryn. And I have to like remove Buzzoff. Like, so maybe not everybody knows this, but I like of all of my He-Man stuff, like Buzzoff is my favorite. There was a time where I wasn't that into He-Man, and then co-host Larry had me deep dive because I never loved the cartoon.
Yeah,
and I never had the mini comics as a kid because it was my cousins who had the figures, and so like I was never that into He-Man until Larry said, "Get this book. It's the big thick mini comics collection," and I read that, and like I fell in love, with Masters of the Universe, and then Buzzoff for some reason just always caught my eye, and him flying in that first comic that he was in, and like so since then I've been like a little Buzzoff focused with my master stuff. So I'm like that on top of just that experience last year with you, David, and that custom and all that. So that's like a separate thing. Like that is my number one in this way. But if that's not there, then so if we kind of like focus on this storyline specifically, Hylor is my favorite.
Yeah, that's how I have to look at this wave, because it's like obviously I know what the guys say when they're like, who's your favorite figure in the line? And they were like, well, the obvious answer is my tribute figure. But yeah, in this wave, Hylor Kryn is my favorite. Take out Anthopoulos,
Yeah.
Do the mini comics that you're talking about, do they include those Motu picture books? Do you know about those? Because that's what got me really sunk into He-Man when I was a kid. They had
no,
these.
I don't think so.
They had these beautiful. You can see. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me put you big. Hang on.
Put me big. But this is what got me into, and I had these.
Those look like those are the mini comics. Yeah.
Those are the mini comics.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're like wider formats, and that's what got me into Motu when I was a kid. Okay, I was just wondering.
I love that they came. Yeah, I love that the figures came with those mini comics. That was one of my favorite things about it. I mean, I was only 5 when I got my first Triclops and Man at Arms, and I had saved those mini comics for the longest time because I just love that they came with them. It was just something
and now,
extra.
Now Figura Obscura is coming with a mini comic size book. Depending, it might be a story, it might be some pictures and stuff. But I think
Didn't
that's a
the-
really cool little addition.
Yeah, didn't the last one for Halloween, that red skeleton looking guy with that came with a clock?
Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
he came with one.
Yep.
Yep.
Mask of the Red Death by Edgar Allan
That's
Poe.
Mask of the Red Death. I have that figure. Yes, and I didn't open it.
And those books came with tapes too. I remember listening.
Oh, okay.
to
No,
the-
so those are different. Those are something different.
Okay, yeah.
So the figure, I'm talking about the mini comics that came with the figures. I don't think the collection I have has the books. With
you
the
need to
tape.
look into those. Those are,
I should, yeah.
yeah. The art in that is the same as the cover, I think, and
Okay.
it's like one picture on the side and then a long story. But I remember listening to those tapes and records. I had my little 45 player.
Mhm.
I think you guys are the same age as me, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
remember
had
the
those.
45s. Yeah.
I had the Star Wars ones of those.
yeah.
Mhm.
Those things are amazing. Anyway, sorry to get off track.
Yeah. So Hylor Kryn, love it. Like this is my
Yeah.
fave. My next
Yes.
favorite. I kind of went in order here. My next favorite is the Thraxian
I
Hunter.
love that
We got
guy.
the
Me too,
Bear
man.
Lore
This
arms
one's-
now.
This dude is so badass. I love
You
him.
know what the skin on it reminds me of. There's an '80s sci-fi movie, Enemy Mine. Do you guys remember that
Yes.
movie?
Yeah.
That's
A
when I
great
saw
one.
this. Yeah, when I
Yeah.
saw this figure, I was like, "That's Enemy Mine. That's the dude right there."
Have you seen Kamo from Savage Crucible? Savage Crucible, Kamo of the Isles.
Hmm.
Look that figure up.
Yeah,
Savage
this-
Crucible, Kamo of the Isles. His head sculpt looks pretty much just like that. I mean, the colors are different or whatever, but like his head sculpt looks like the Enemy Mine character.
Have you seen the extended edition of Return of the King where the mouth of Sauron comes out?
Yes.
That's what that face looks
That-
like with the gnarly
yes.
teeth. I love
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah, you could just see
With
the
that
bottom part
scary
of the mouth.
mask, yeah. It looks
That
cool,
is-
man.
I love
That's
bone armor.
Yeah,
That's
Kamo,
a great
yeah,
looking figure, man.
yeah. Kamo does look like him. Yeah, you're
Doesn't he?
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Louis Gossett Jr., right? Isn't that who that was?
Louis Gossett Jr. Yep.
Yeah. Died recently, I think. I want to say within the last year or two.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And to me, like these three right here are like the
Mhm.
Kit Bash specialty. Like these
Oh, yeah.
three are going to be like infinite combinations right here.
Yeah. So I was saying, I knew that Buzzoff was coming, and the first figure being revealed being Hylor Kryn was like, I knew that it was going to be like those earth tones and khakis and yellows and browns, and that's my favorite look for these types of figures. That like wasteland look.
Mm.
So yeah, these three are they're so good, and they're going to be so fun. I mean, just the soft goods alone, just swapping them back and forth is going to be cool.
Right.
Let alone popping and swapping stuff.
I'm an accessories fan, and their accessories, like the mace and the staves, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
they're beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's mace. I like that mace.
That
That mace is
head
giving me
is new.
ideas.
Yes, hell
That
yeah.
mace head is new. The
It's
bone
pretty brutal.
axe is new.
I'm getting some ideas right now on my mace.
All right, so keeping on. So this is Jobara Key, a 2.0 female figure, using the Gadriel head. So that's like a return of sculpt from a long time ago that we haven't seen in a long time, and a ton of awesome cloth goods. Just a great build on a 2.0 figure right here.
Yeah, I love it. I love the new soft good arms and legs. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. See, this is the first
soft good,
cosmic
you know what I mean.
cosmic
Cloth.
figure with those arms and legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the survival set, so another accessory diorama type set here.
Yeah, all this stuff is fun, man. Just having more stuff is always cool.
And then
Oh,
Og
I like that.
Cha. Talk about
Yeah,
crazy
he's-
aliens. This
That is
guy's cool.
man.
I love the
I love-
proportions on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting, and I wish I had put the other picture, because when you see it without like this, I know we've seen it with Ukha, right? Like we've seen it with the
Ukha, yeah.
previous one, but it's still like it's so wild, like that thick long neck up into the little head with it's just such a it's such a unique like
Hmm.
crazy, awesome, weird. It's like when I was collecting Black Series, my main thing was the weirdos. I just loved the
Yeah.
weirdos, and this guy's a total weirdo. I love him.
Does it
Yeah,
move
yeah.
at the base?
No, it's
Oh,
pretty
we're not
much a
sure.
solid neck all the way down into the torso.
Oh.
Yeah, this is one of those dudes that looks like it looks like it could be a Star Wars alien, but
Gotcha.
it doesn't look like a Star Wars character.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it just has that feel of like those 70s, 80s style Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
And with this helmet off, it reminds me of a hammerhead shark a little bit, like a little bit inspiration from a hammerhead.
And the
Yeah.
paint job on this one's very shark-like too.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Again, I wish I had the other photo up here, but it's just
I'm gonna
kind
look
of
it up.
clunky
Yeah.
to go back and forth. And then I think this is the last one. This is Bungie, the scape back. So the second scape back we're getting. This one's a tamed one with a saddle. It's got the bedroll on the back. That's actually like a functional fabric
That's
sleeping
cool.
Uh-huh.
bag, basically.
Yeah, and
so-
the way Jeremy made it sounds like that saddle can work on the purple skate back,
yeah,
like the way that the torso is.
right.
So we'll be
Yeah,
able to have like villain mounts,
right.
which would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then we also have
Oh,
Cog.
That's
I
too
love
cool.
Cog.
I love
Me too.
apes, and that's all my type of thing right there.
Yeah, I'm excited to get these suits in hand. Like they just seem like they're going to be such fun toys.
Yeah.
It's crazy how just like the longer the torso underneath elongated, the
Mhm.
longer arms, different feet, like just it transforms the suit. I guess the colors really like change it too, right? Like this is a much different kind of color scheme than those other three, or at least pattern, right?
Yeah.
This is cool guy.
Yeah, the attention to detail or the care that was put into the creation of these by giving like this character a different size torso and longer limbs to convey that he is a different shape underneath his suit. It's just really cool. It reminds me of like a lot of the old 80s cartoons where they would all wear spacesuits, and it would be like the regular animation of them just wearing a spacesuit, like all different
Right.
sizes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Man. I love this
Yeah,
guy.
Cog is sweet. Again, he's a weirdo. I love
There was a
him.
cartoon in the '90s with space apes that this kind of reminds me of, where there was a gorilla and he was really like sweet and logical and intelligent until he got angry, and then his spacesuit would turn into this armor, and he would just get all crazy. Y'all don't remember that space simians or something?
I don't.
No.
Oh man.
I didn't
No,
watch
I
a lot of
don't remember that.
cartoons in the 90s. I was in high school and college,
yeah.
and I don't know, there wasn't a lot there for me.
I feel you.
Wasn't there a Mad Max cartoon in the 90s? Was it No, not
Was there?
Mad Max. Mighty Max. Mighty Max.
Yeah, Mighty Max.
Oh,
yeah.
I love
I've
that
heard of
animation.
Mighty
Like,
Max was awesome.
Mighty Max
It was
was
called-
awesome.
It was called Captain Simeon the Space Monkeys.
That's
and the
it.
There
Space
you go.
Monkeys.
Nice.
And none of them were. Well, never mind.
I can see taking Cog's head and putting it on the one after the Buzzoff tribute. What is the name of that guy?
Tyler Crane.
Yeah. Like the guy on the
Cool.
left. Put that
Mhm.
head on the guy on the left.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'd want to put hands on that mount and make it more like a.
The other, you want to have him stand up and stuff?
Yeah.
They
A
said
little bit.
it's kind of got like 1.0 Legions parts,
Oh.
but the other scape back comes with like a clawed
Oh,
front
that's
Mhm.
awesome.
feet or whatever. All right, so just want to remind people I do still have a couple left of most sizes of the Dorklair t-shirts, small through 2XL. I think like one or two left in 2X, and then like I have a few in most of the other sizes. But we still have shirts here, and this is probably going to be the last of the black, because this last batch kind of halfway sold out, and then I still have a little bit left, so I don't really want to order another batch of black. I'm gonna probably bring the rest of the black to Legion's Con to sell the leftovers, but I'm gonna get a different. There's gonna be a different color coming. David knows this is your design right here, and we've already talked about like what the next one is gonna be for Legion's Con. And I have Dave Orkin working on that as we speak. So
Really cool design. I love the dungeon look.
Yeah, Dave. I mean, we could talk about this. Like David, I messaged you. This must have been like, how like close was this to when you were working on the pins? Because like, were you working on the pins at that point? I'm just curious.
I think so. I was like, where's my iPad? I'm on it. Because all my stuff is like in chronological order. I think this is pretty close to the pin stuff.
My dumbass just now realized that it says Dorklair.
And that's exactly what we wanted. Like it's like just enough where if you don't know if you don't really know what it says, you're probably not going to get it, right? It's probably just going to look like a dungeon map, but it's like it.
Because I was thinking, I was like, man, they should have done a map that spells out Dorklair. And then I was like, wait a second.
And so like, like the first pass through, like you did a little more geometrical, and then I was like, go like organic, and then you yanked this right out of my head. Like this is like exactly what I was like thinking of.
Yeah, it was a fun process, man. It was such a cool idea that that's my favorite thing about doing commission art is I would have never thought to draw this. So it's cool when somebody asks me for something that I'm like, dang, that's smart.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, so we still have some more of those shirts left, and I just want to give a huge shout out to all the super chats from last week, all the members who support us week in and week out. David, did you have something that you wanted to give away?
I did. So I had a couple of things to give away, but after I watched Mythic Conversations, I thought it'd be cool to give away one of the very sought after Sphexian mine workers.
Oh, nice.
A distant cousin to Anthopheles.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Because they are right. They are, the races are like related.
Mm-hmm. So I can get that mailed out anywhere. I'll probably send it out tomorrow.
What should we do for a hashtag?
Oh, let's see. Well, we'll just do something easy. We'll just do. I was gonna say minor. We'll just do cosmic. Just say cosmic.
Cosmic. All right. The hashtag is cosmic. Let me just put it up here in a banner.
Oh wow, that's a cool figure.
Oh, that's funny. Last week was Cosmerium.
Oh, was it?
So this is the Sphexian mine worker. So hashtag cosmic. All right, so let me pull that up, and we are collecting. Yep, we're collecting entries.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, good luck. I won one the other day.
Did you really?
I've never won one of these. It was on Jesse and Curtis's show on the Shooting the Shelf on Sunday night. I won a. It's funny because I actually already have the figure because Horseman sent it to me, but I won the heavy gunner.
Oh, cool!
And that should be
that's a fun paint job. I love that heavy gunner.
It's really cool.
I feel like everything that they've done with that tusk body, every time they paint it differently, it looks so drastically different that I feel like it feels like a new figure, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that has a lot to do with the sculpt and how many segments there are all over it.
There's just so much detail, and you can do so many different things with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was all excited because I've never won one of these things. So good luck to the folks entering, and we're gonna move into. So I'm gonna pull down. Oh no, actually, we're still on the slideshow here. All right, we're gonna dive into some some news here. So folks who collect 6 scale are familiar with InArt because they've kind of come up in the last couple of years, and they've been making these ultra premium 6 scale figures. I think they're in the $500 range. You know, like a Hot Toys, I don't know, Batman figure is going to be like $250, $300. These InArt figures are like $500 for like the same character or whatever. But these are 12th scale figures that they're teasing over here. So like that's interesting, and they're not necessarily going to be like this isn't cloth goods. Like they're going to use cloth goods, they said, where it makes sense, but they're not necessarily going to be cloth goods. So I don't think these are going to be, you know, when you think of like a Mezco and it's like 80 to 100, and then you're like, oh, InArt's doing Mezco style figures. These are going to be 200 each. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think these are going to be
I
less,
think the soft goods will be capes and stuff.
Yeah. Arkham Batman. I believe this is Arkham Batman, or is it Injustice? I get them mixed up. Arkham Injustice.
It's Arkham Origins Batman.
Arkham Origins. Okay. Arkham Origins Batman. And then we have the movie Catwoman.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yep. So that this is Chris. Let me just pull the banner down for a second. These are from Chris, and he said that this. What is this actress's name? I can't remember her name right now.
I can't think of it.
He said this one was the most impressive looking one.
Okay.
It's also the only one that's a likeness, but like InArt is known for.
That's Anne Hathaway, right?
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arkham Batman. We've got the Nolan Catwoman, and then Doomsday. Also from a video game, or is this from?
That's from a comic. That's the
Dark Multiverse, maybe?
Dark Multiverse Batman. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's kind of a take I haven't seen on it.
The rest of them are Dark Multiverse, the other couple that we have here.
Okay.
So we have the Batman who laughs, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, like the details look awesome on this.
Yeah, they're taking some creative license. It's a little different from, it looks better.
And then we have some sort of Green Lantern Batman, also Dark Multiverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe. Yeah. Which is it's not a realm that I've really dived into. I know Larry would be a really good help with.
Yeah, I was going to say if Larry
but...
was here, he would explain all of this.
Yeah.
He's probably yelling that I'm not saying the right thing, so maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think you got it.
Wait, it's not Bat Metal though. Is that part of the Dark?
Yeah.
Dark Knight Metal. Jesse is saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Metal.
But is that? I think that's part of the Dark Multiverse or whatever. Maybe not.
I don't know. I know it's Dark Knight Metal. That's what I thought you were referring to.
Okay. All right, and then into some Mezco reveals. There were like MezcoCon Twitter, social media reveals, and then there were like some figures that were just placed on their booth, and like they were first time seeing them. So we get the movie Deadpool over here,
which could be cool.
Yeah,
And they're foreshadowing Wolverine.
Their last Deadpool's got to be what, 5 years plus years ago now at this point. So like they're due for a new Deadpool.
Yeah. I still think that Marvel Legends Deadpool is going to be the hardest thing to follow for anybody. It's such a good figure.
Yeah.
Except for the glued in guns in the holsters.
Yeah. Are you talking about the 2-pack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the new one's
I just
a
recently
repaint.
got one. Does it have glued in holsters?
If it's the 2-pack, it does.
Yeah, it's not the 2-pack. I got this one recently. This was the Legacy or something.
Yep. It's the same one.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, because the holsters are glued to the leg, right? There was one where the guns were glued in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I have. It came with the what's her name? Psionic Mega Death.
Yeah,
Okay,
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Thank you.
But
Teenage Warhead.
for some reason, his pistols were glued into the holsters, deliberately. And so with enough heat, you could just pull them out. But I love that.
They were
Deadpool.
actually, they were actually
glued
separately
I'll go-
glued in. Oh my
I'll
God.
go grab it. You want me to
That's
go grab
hilarious.
it?
I mean,
Um,
it's literally the same figure that Bill just
Yeah.
held up. You know,
Okay, that's
so
okay,
they
that
haven't
makes
made
sense.
a movie one yet. And the new Deadpool. I mean, no spoilers, but what a fantastic
I need to go see
movie.
it.
Yeah,
No,
same. I haven't seen it yet. God dang it.
It's worth your time.
Yeah, yeah. I have like 6 boys, children, and they're
Holy
adults,
moly.
and then trying to get a time, schedule a time to go see it is like, oh wait, my buddy can't make it, and my girlfriend. And I'm like, all right,
Oh, you're
I'm
trying
just
to
gonna
all
go by
go.
myself.
I'll wait for it on Disney Plus. I like the
Um,
first one, but I haven't enjoyed the sequels.
It's tricky for me this summer because typically I would be going because my daughter usually does camps and stuff, but like the camps have been a little weird this year, and I just haven't had a lot of time without my daughter, and she's 10. She's not going to see Deadpool.
Yeah, she's
But yeah, so we've got. Although I am going to the movies tomorrow to take her to go see not Minions. What is it called?
Inside Out, too.
No, it's the Minions movie, but I forget.
Oh,
the Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go see that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and then we've got the Nolan Batman
look
from
at
The Dark Knight.
his forehead.
I'm
is a
curious
little
about
bit.
that, man. I think that Robert Pattinson one was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I'm curious what this will be like because, I mean, it was a pretty cool tactical suit.
His forehead looks a little big to me. Is that
It's hard.
just-
That
just the
suit,
glare?
that costume is kind of like that.
It's
That
awkward. Yeah, it's an
costume,
awkward
yeah.
looking.
That is like the least Batman-y looking cowl. I mean, it's not even a cowl. This one, it's like a helmet. But
It's more of a helmet. Yeah.
I hated all the Nolan Batmans. Like
Whoa! Shots fired.
I really liked Heath Ledger's Joker. Like that was an excellent character, but I wasn't a fan of the suit. I didn't care for him as the Batman.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I didn't either.
But
the stories were great, but just as Christian Bale just didn't hit. Although him playing the billionaire, his alter ego, that was really good.
I think that's always been the hardest Batman thing. It's like Michael Keaton, I think, arguably played the greatest Batman of all time. But he wasn't a believable Bruce Wayne. He was just kind of a dork, you know, as opposed to being like a playboy. But you know, you get further in, and you're like, George Clooney is an excellent Bruce Wayne and a terrible Batman in a movie that was written really weird, you know. So that's an argument for the ages. You could argue
it's an interesting argument.
Batman for forever.
Yeah,
you know?
I never thought Robert Pattinson could pull it off, but I mean, he did an excellent job. But the overall style of the movie was awesome. That Batmobile was freaking just badass. I just loved that whole look.
It wasn't, but it was just like a souped up super. I love muscle cars. I love Mopar, but it didn't. It felt like Batmobile when he was in it and he was chasing down the Penguin. But just looking at it, it doesn't have as many visual cues as other Batmobiles.
Exactly right.
You know, and I like, and I know they're going for a little bit more subtle Batmobile and Batman look, but I need a little bit more Batmobile.
Yeah. Rob Zamora is flabbergasted.
All right.
So
I
flabbergasted that he.
Hey, for the record,
$5.
I love the Nolan trilogy. It goes.
I do too.
It's like Nolan trilogy and Keaton Batman are like here.
You know what? But you know what that means, Rob Zamora, is you have to go back the Brutal Realm project.
I like this guy
because you know, like minds. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have Marv from Sin City.
I didn't know they were doing this.
Yeah. I mean, this is all we got. We just got the head here.
That looks good.
You know, you can get like leather coat. Like you can kind of get a sense of what this would look like from them.
Isn't this one of the figures that put them on the map in the beginning? Didn't Mezco have like very limited?
Yeah, they may have early on had some Sin City stuff. Yeah,
they did Sin City and Hellboy.
Yeah, I still have my Krigafi from Mezco, and I will always cherish that.
Yeah, I have the
Frankenstein gorilla.
Hellboy back here. He's an amazing figure.
Yeah, I still have my Hellboy too, and the Thousand Toys Hellboy though is
That's
I want to get the Thousand Toys Hellboy
It's
and
a
the
grill.
Lobster Johnson, but God, 154 for those guys.
yeah,
That's yeah.
that's pricey.
I hope all your fries are forever soggy. David.
Wow.
And with $2, that's about all you're gonna get is soggy
Wow.
fries.
Yeah,
That's the worst. Don't get fries from Taco Bell; they suck.
This
This
I'm
is
pumped
awesome.
about. Speaking of Michael Keaton, like this Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
I've been waiting. I've been
Yes.
like every year. This has been my like annual prediction. I'm like, this is the year they're gonna do Beetlejuice. This is the year gonna. But I guess the new movie, like kicked it in.
I can't
Yeah.
believe how
This
good
is
it looks.
awesome.
It
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 looks
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 so
fantastic.
It
This
does
is
look
so
good.
good. Yeah, I'm excited. Can we do a third Batman movie now? Come on. I mean, he
Yeah.
was just Batman.
That's true.
You know, some CGI, AI, who knows? Let's do a third
He
Batman.
looks good as old he is. Mike Keaton looks pretty good.
I don't know about all that, but
Yeah, he does.
he can still pull it off.
Mezco is for me. Mezco is so like I buy them so infrequently
Mhm.
that like it takes something like this for me to pull the trigger. Like I'll wake up early on the day that it drops and I'll pre-order it or order it, whatever the case may be. Like no question, this is an awesome figure.
I buy
This
everything
looks
of
so
theirs
good.
that's like dark. Like I have almost all their Batman figures. I have their Conan stuff. I have Crow. I have Solomon Kane.
Solomon Kane's pretty good.
And I meant to get the graveyard guy and I have Doc Nocturnal. I like all their dark.
Same.
The dark when they get dark, that's when I'm like, oh damn it, here's my money. I'll wait 3 years for this stupid figure. I bought
And when
3. Go ahead. Sorry.
And usually when they do one-offs, like this will be a one-off. They probably will never do
Yeah.
another 112 Beetlejuice character or anything like that. And usually when they do those, like they tend to be some of their best figures. Like they're just like the
Absolutely.
weird, quirky, like off, like not Marvel, not DC. Like this is the stuff that really gets me with them.
It looks like the head is attached to the neck, though. Unfortunately, on that.
Yeah,
I
they
hate
do that
when
a
they
lot
do
with
that.
their humans. With their like,
Same. Yeah.
I hate when they do that.
I wonder what accessories he's going to come with. Oh gosh, I hope he's got some good accessories.
Oh, I
I'm
can't
sure he
imagine.
will.
So I
They
don't
always
know
do.
if it'll be the new Beetlejuice or if it'll be classic Beetlejuice. So
Yeah.
since the new movie's not out yet, we don't know
This
what
is
he does.
this looks like the new one. Doesn't
Mhm.
it?
The logo
So-
on the stand, it just says Beetle. I don't know what the new
Yeah,
logo
It's
looks
yeah.
like.
original, yeah.
That's why I was saying it because it looks
Oh.
new, but yeah,
Yeah.
if it came with some of those weird classic things like the circus head or like the
long
roll-out
arms.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Like, how cool
Or the
Yeah.
sculpture that she puts in front of the husband at the very
Mhm.
end.
Mm.
I would
That'd be
love
cool.
that.
Oh yeah. This guy, Junkyard Joe. Oh my gosh.
This is an indie comic that I've never read, and this figure looks pretty cool. I mean, it's got a crazy head sculpt, and then everything else, it's just like this classic army guy.
I'm gonna have to look into it. I thought
I'm biased towards military style figures. Very biased. I love them.
Nice.
I was.
Yeah, and this, I mean,
I was
they're
in the
doing
Marine
GI
Corps.
Joes now.
That's why.
Oh, were you? Yeah.
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 All the
Sweet.
military stuff it's like they pretty much nail it every time.
So they showed Nightwing's head, I believe, in one of those like Mezco Con teasers, I think last year or something. But now we're seeing the full figure here. So I would imagine this. I don't think this has gone up, right? This hasn't gone up yet for pre-order. I don't think.
I don't think so.
So
Maybe
I
it'll look
imagine-
better when D Amazing shoots it, but this doesn't do it for me.
Honestly, he probably posed all these.
Oh, good. But no wonder why they look so good. Yeah.
Okay, so then
Oh
the
my
updated
God.
Doc Nocturnal, the amplified version where he gets out of the tank and he's all jacked up.
That head sculpt is beautiful.
Yeah, I think that was like the Mezco showstopper. Like Doc Nocturnal was
Killing
already
me.
so cool.
Yeah.
For them to like update it, make him look different.
I hope you don't have to buy the car with this.
Oh, that'd be weird.
I mean, it's like you have this tank thing, and
Yeah.
you have the car. Like, I doubt it's going to be like all that. Like
I hope you don't.
the Rumble Society is cool because they can kind of release things separately sometimes.
Yeah.
And, you know,
They've had Rumble.
it was
they've
like
had
the-
accessory packs and stuff for the Rumble.
Yeah, they've done accessories and vehicles for Rumble Society. And
Mhm.
yeah, I imagine that'll be a separate piece.
you know, it could be something that they don't end up making too. You know, you never
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, that's true.
This guy, also from the Doc Knock comics, I believe.
Oh, really? What's his name?
Lobster. I don't know if it's his name, but he's a mobster. That's lobster, right?
Oh.
That's sick.
Hmm.
And then so there's there's the there's that
Oh
containment.
man, hopefully I can just get the figure.
That containment unit, I hope you can buy. I think that'd be cool if he came with it.
That'd be a good Steve Rogers containment unit.
Yeah,
or
that's
Cosmic or
basically the
anything.
scene in the comics is like he kind of like Captain America's himself up in that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And that
monster
kind of
who hunts
explains why
monsters.
he goes from the first Doc Knock to this version.
Mm-hmm.
And then into NECA. This is the next Elf, and this is the totally 80s Elf, and it's got me all pumped up because this one feels like the ultimate Elf. It's got the video game console.
Look
It's
at
got
the
the
accessories,
skateboard, like just.
But it's like the 80s style skateboard and like
yes.
an almost Nintendo.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like a Nintendo Coleco Atari.
Coleco,
mashup.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's got a
that's
Rubik's
smart.
Cube on there.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. I love this. I think this is cool.
He's got those Remember when we all had those glasses with the
Oh my
different colored
gosh.
side?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't that
still
from
like soft.
wasn't that
Still
from
wear
Back to the Future too? With all those weird glasses.
Oh, maybe.
Isn't that what
It was
they're
attached to
yeah.
something.
I think Pizza
I
Hut
remember-
had a like a special, you get one of the pizzas and you get the glasses with it. I don't know if anybody remembers that.
I remember mine specifically from McDonald's because they had the moon with sunglasses on them,
Right.
like printed on the side, and me and my sister would like fight over which colors, we were gonna wear. But I still have glasses like that. I'm not a real fashionable dude.
Speaking of
and then
Buzzoffs,
going into Mondo, this is 6 scale Buzzoff.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is the 6 scale Buzzoff that they are teasing. They also showed Man-at-Arms, or not Man-at-Arms, Many-Faces.
Many-Faces.
They've already done Man-at-Arms, but these are Toy Shiz photos.
Okay.
This figure, I've been like pretty down on Mondo ever since they fired all their like art poster guys. Like the whole, ever since Funko came in, bought them, said they were going to nurture the company, and then fired all the original people. Like that kind of like soured me on Funko, and this is a Funko company. But like it's gonna be hard to resist this one.
Yeah, the only thing that's not hard to resist about these is the price point and the like. If you look at it from a logical standpoint, like I had to buy Orko. I love the Orko, and after I got him out of the package and I messed with stuff, at the end I have the Orko, and I had to use one of my own stands because the stands they provide are terrible. And he's got his staff and like a magic thing. And that's it. Like I have a box full of parts, and I'm like, this is maybe a $75 figure that I paid $300 for.
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy it.
I
So
will
a
say
lot of these-
when I had them, I always felt like, and now the prices have gone up because they were, I think they were under 200 originally, and like, I did feel like they were pretty worth it. Like they came with like the full figures, and they came with a bunch of weapons and some cloth goods, and but yeah, it's just tough, especially now. Like we're flooded with so many collectibles. It's hard to it's hard to do.
And why spend this much money when you could buy the entire first wave of Brutal Realm?
Yeah, that's true.
But
go. In the same breath, like you and the Buzzoff thing is like, with this kind of stuff, I'll buy the special ones, like Orko. And I don't know if you have the picture on here, but Mondo's Lion-O, I'm going to have to buy it. Like, I love Lion-O, and the fact that they're doing Thundercats is like, I'm going to have to get it,
Yeah.
I was almost gonna get Lionel, but all their figures are just single jointed, and I can't, like, for 1/6, I can't do that. I can't buy a
They're-
1/6 scale figure with single joints.
And all the articulation I've seen, like on their figures, they don't really crunch forward that well. So I don't know. The articulation cuts are there, but they don't seem to really maximize them. So,
So yeah, they did show.
but it looks
Lion-O.
incredible.
They showed Lion-O, like that was the first time I think they had shown the actual physical prototype as opposed to the renders. So they did show Lion-O. I don't have those pictures up here.
Yeah.
But
Now
this, now they're going to do 6-inch or 1/12 scale specifically for 2000X. And here's the first. He-Man is the first one they've shown.
Wow.
So that'll be interesting to see like where they land price wise with these. I mean,
Yeah, especially. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll wait.
It's a loaded figure.
Yeah, I'll wait for some prototypes or at least like a detailed render because it's like the turtles, like just having so many different variations. Like I collect Origins still, and I don't need the Masterverse and the cartoon collection and my attachment is with the toys in the first place, like the originals. But I was really into the 2000X stuff.
Yeah, that cartoon was awesome.
And
Loved
the Four
it.
Horsemen figures and the Stactions.
Yeah.
It's what got me really into He-Man again, like, because nothing between that and what it was before was like, other than the mini comics and the picture books. So.
Yeah.
But this looks incredible. Oh, Barbarian figures, who needs those?
Yeah, still more barbarians. So now we're into the Conan section because there were a whole bunch of like Conan and barbarian type things. So this is Heroic Signatures. Heroic Signatures they are the owner of Robert E. Howard's works.
Okay.
And so if you follow Heroic Signatures on social media, or if you follow Conan the Barbarian Official or something like that on social media, those are both this company, Heroic Signatures. So that's who is licensing out Conan to various companies at this point. Obviously, there's some crossover, I think. There's some dual licensing that happens when you get something like a Frazetta version of Conan. I think there has to be like multiple licensing things going on there, but these, like when it comes to like the current run of the Conan comics, current publication of Conan short stories and novels, games, and all that stuff, this is them, and they tapped Eamon O'Donoghue to do this as well, in terms of the art design and then also the production management. So this is a line that's going to come out next year. They said it's going to have like highly articulated double jointed elbows and like all that stuff. So this line will be coming out next year.
They can give this to however many companies want it for 112 if no one has paid for a master license. That's why Marvel Legends can only do that, because they are the master license holder and they can then decide if anyone else is infringing on that. So if no one is a master license holder, everybody can make a 112 figure essentially. So
as long and they are very, like, you go to their website, they're like, hey, licensing, you want to do some Conan stuff? Like sounds like they're very open to licensing out Conan for whatever. War chest full of toys. If Super 7 is $50 a figure, those Mondo figures are going to be $100 with that loadout. Mondo has gotten greedy, and it shows. Funko has gotten greedy, and it shows.
Well, they said that it was going to be, because people were complaining about the price of the Ghostbusters, and they said it was going to be, they kind of alluded to, it was going to be a better price. So hopefully for the collectors out there, it's a little less than that. But I know some great articulated figures that could probably work as a custom for cheaper.
There you go. And thank you, War Chest, for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. And then Frazetta Girls, again with Eamon O'Donoghue. I think this was actually his photo. They're gonna do that Frazetta Conan. So this is the same, painting that the Mezco is based on. And this is the same company that made the Fire and Ice Dark Wolf figure. So this will be, probably a similar construction as that.
Yeah, I love the Dark Wolf figure. Like, I think it's fucking really great. So this one is something I'm like gunning for. I'm super pumped for this one.
Which is funny because they showed this at San Diego. So you're like, oh yeah, this will probably be the next one that they put up. But it's actually not. This is the one. So these are stills from a stop motion video. And what's the guy's name again who does these?
Justin Resch.
Justin Rash, yes.
Yeah, and his stop motion studio is called, never mind, dog something. Damn it, Justin's gonna hate me for not remembering. Something dog. Damn it.
I have a repro painting of that Frazetta print at work, like right above my desk. So it'll be cool to get the figure and pose it in front of it.
And so in the video, it's like, this is all stop motion of him gearing up and then walking over to this cliff and then getting into position. And then it like fades into this, which is essentially a remake of that painting right there. And the pre-order is next week.
That's so cool.
The painting on this prototype is awesome. You see the gauntlets; they have the tarnished look to them. They look beautiful.
Stunt puppet pictures. I was way off. One of his first movies had a planetary dog in it, but it's Stunt Puppet Pictures. Yeah, he's amazing. I'm so jealous of that they're working with him. This is incredible. It looks cool.
Yeah.
But it looks here like they have single jointed elbows.
For some people, that's enough. So,
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like the one place where I wish there was more articulation on these is from the upper torso to the hips. There's no waist articulation. That's a place where I kind of wish there was on these. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with the Dark Wolf figure. But more articulation can always be fun for posing.
It looks like their new Conan figure has a better movement to it. The way they did the diaphragm cut, it looks like the knees are double jointed. It looks like, I can't tell.
They're only like 2 figures in. They're gonna make changes at some point, and I would not be surprised if we start to see some improvements, especially once they start getting feedback from that Dark Wolf figure and going forward.
I can't
especially
tell
at the
those
price $70. Like they're pricey.
Yeah.
Or maybe those are just those kneecap single joints where the kneecaps are attached to the thighs.
They cover the joint, the single joint.
Yeah.
Well, with these, if you look at the left side here, the left knee, that's the lower knee.
Yeah.
Single joint. You kind of see it's like a flap that comes up and covers. It comes up off the shin.
Yeah, it looks like they split the knee right in the center. A lot of people do that kneecap where you bend the lower leg and the kneecap is still on the thigh. But I don't.
Yeah, this one like the kneecap is on the shin.
Yeah, I like that more.
And then that's the recreation, and then there's the original, which is funny because I was Googling it, and it's Heritage Auctions. It's actually for sale. Like you can I think it's 500,000. So if anybody's got an extra 500K, it's for sale.
Wow.
Trevor said the knees are double jointed on color.
Oh, that's right. He did tell me that. Yeah, they really put it. Are really trying to do something special with that Conan. Looks good. Looks good. Conan can ride a horse. That's smart. Good job, Eamon.
Right. Yeah, he's everywhere now. Like
yeah.
It was like box art for a while, and he's done a lot of behind the scenes stuff where a lot of Mezco stuff doing design work for them, but like not really his place to be like sharing all that stuff. But now like he's kind of in the forefront of a lot of it, which is really cool to see. Like
good for him.
Congrats to Eamon.
Yeah, he's doing it.
All right, that's everything.
All right.
Just in time for my cat to come nap.
There you go. Yeah. So, Jason, James, thank you for. Oh no, hold on a second.
Oh.
We're not done.
You got to
We have a
give away.
still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jeez,
we
I
gotta
almost-
give something away.
I almost forgot. Holy moly, I do that.
Hopefully one day soon we could come on here and give away some toys. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me share. Okay, let me share this tab. Sorry, everybody. So the hashtag is where is it? Cosmic. So I'll give a minute or two just for the last people to kind of put in. Hashtag is cosmic, and we'll spin this thing up. So let me pull it here. And this is the Sphexian miner, Sphexian mine worker. Is it miner or mine worker? I always forget.
Mine worker.
Mine worker. I got it right.
All right.
Wonder why they phrased it like that. Isn't minor kind of the same thing?
I think. I mean, I guess works both ways.
Yeah, not sure. All right.
Yeah, I'll get this out the first thing in the morning. So we'll figure out a contact.
Yeah. So if
Get to
you, if you have David's contact, you can message him direct. If not, send me an email at podcast@dorklair.com, or you can message me direct, and then I will just forward your address to David.
Yep.
Hey, we jumped back up to 97. We must be doing a giveaway.
Must be. But yeah, they can write me on Instagram at it's David Williams, if that makes it easier.
There you go. All right, here we go. I'm going to spin it.
Let's go.
Spin that wheel. Oh, Justin text
one.
messaged me.
Draw. Good luck, everybody. Who's it going to be? Hey, 78 points of articulation.
That's a great amount.
That's a far away. Hopefully he can help you out with the shipping, because I think he's overseas.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But yeah, congratulations. And I actually don't know 78 points of articulation's first name. I feel like I should know his name. But anyway, congratulations. And
did that Marvel Legends Spider-Man that was like 2 feet tall have 78 points of articulation?
I wonder if 78 is the year he was born. I actually wonder what that name is. He might have bailed. Don't see him in here. But he's an easy one to find on Instagram. Just message him.
Yeah.
That's his Instagram account name too. So
cool.
Yeah. All right, let me pull that down, and now we can get back to pulling that banner down. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, so James and Jason, thank you so much for coming on, and I wish you the best of luck. Where is it at now? Can we check it right now?
Let's
Did we make
see.
any growth while we were on?
Absolutely. As popular as your show is, yeah, we went up like $500.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So what's it at now?
46,170.
Nice.
That's great.
All right, moving along, slow and steady.
We're gonna win the race.
Yeah, and I mean, there's still the BBTS numbers to put in once they place their order.
Absolutely.
There's still the big push at the end. Like there's a lot of time. There's 3 weeks left. 21 days still.
And we've got a lot of renders for Ogun and Croman we still haven't shown, which will really get people to see what we're offering and what they can get. Next, after that, we're going to do renders for Chief Mato. We've got more art coming from Ken Coleman, who does like Frazetta style artwork. We just did a post of his today, so hopefully that gets people interested. We're going to do more videos, showing stuff. So we're chugging along. We're going to get there. We're going to get there one way or the other.
Yep. Our first con is Jolanta, end of September.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Nice.
we're gonna have a big showing there. Hopefully, we'll be funded, and we can show people. We'll have finished prototypes there. Nico Hodge, Artman Customs, is redoing the prototypes he already did for us, but on the 2.0 body. So this is the 1.0 that he did, and it'll be on the 2.0. So we'll have those for people to see at Joe Lanta. And who knows what else. We'll have a lot of banners, and maybe we'll have some free stuff to give away. We'll see. But we're looking forward to it. So if you guys are in Atlanta, come see us. And then hopefully we'll be at Legion's Con. We're still putting it out there, hoping that maybe someone out there has some table space or a side table we can take up so we can hawk some toys. So
There you go.
Cool.
Audience, check that out. If you have a table and you want to share some space, there you go.
we'll make it worth your while.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. And then David, congrats again on the tribute there.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
David.
And thank you for having me, man. This is a high point. I'm just happy to be a part of all of this.
This is first of many customs of yours that are going to be turned into action figures. I foresee it.
Yeah, just get the ball rolling. You know?
Absolutely. You're going to
Yeah.
become a toy
Yeah.
maker. I was
That's
a
how it
customizer
happens.
too.
That's how it happens.
I'm not going to show you any of my customs, but I was a customizer as well.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so
Yeah.
very much, Bill. It's been an absolute pleasure.
And thank you to the audience. Congrats to 78 on the win. Remember to message David on it's David Williams on Instagram or email me or whatever. And thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the super chats. And until next time, may the force be with you.
Follow me into the door.